All right. I think I got that settled out, guys. Jeez. If you weren't with me before, basically, YouTube's, there we go. Thank you, JT. Sorry about that, man. YouTube's live streaming sucks, man. It is not okay. So, hopefully, people, start rolling through back to this one. I don't think there was too many people on the last one anyway. But, we're going to get to painting. So, JT, I'm painting the little baby bluegill. We're going to start out with some fluorescent blue. I'm going to shoot this just on this guy's little cheeks. Because this is basically just going to be an undertone. This paint looks a little bit splotchy. Might need to shake it up a little bit better. Let me heat set this real quick. So I know it looks pretty bad right now, but the good part about painting these baits is these underlayers. A lot of times it doesn't really matter how they come out because you're gonna cover them up with a bunch of different color baits or paints. So this won't be an effect at the end of the day. All I'm doing is I'm spraying enough so that I can use these pre-cut out stencils. And then just basically what we want to do is we want to keep little parts of this blue because we want the little, the bluegill lines in their cheeks. So I'm gonna heat set this real quick, and then I'll show you the little stencils I cut out. So I've showed you guys in some of my videos, but basically what I do now for these stencils is I take this little Mylar sheet and I take just a little bit of painter's tape and I have this X-Acto knife that can swivel, and it allows me to cut out these cool patterns. You can see a bunch of these other ones that I've done already. And so I've just done that for really small little slivers, and I'm gonna use that on this blue. And we're gonna basically keep a couple different, verticals of this blue, so that when we paint over this, we'll still have these cool little lines on the side of this guy's cheeks. What's up, guys? I see you starting to roll in now. How's it going, guys? What's up? ASAP. Dope ass fishing. Jachu. I wish Extreme Philly Fishing was tuned in, man. He's a cool guy. Alright, so we got that side going. Turn around. Hit this other side real quick. Alright, there we go. We're going to clean this blue out of my gun real quick. Alright, we're going to come back with some white. Every time you do these underlayers, you always want to cover it up with white. Just makes it look a lot better at the end of the day. So now we're just gonna repaint over these little stencils with the white. Cool. Alright, we're gonna heat set this guy. To heat set, all I use is a blow dryer. I just stole this from my girlfriend. Really cheap though. And I can see this chat, guys. If you want to say anything, put it in that chat. I got a computer running next to me. And I can see what you're saying. So if you want a shout out or you want anything, man, just let me know. Alright, so now we got the little side cheeks. But we're going to want to start painting, you know, the rest of this bait. So it's going to be a little bit of probably a brighter bluegill than a lot of patterns that I paint. But we're going to start off with some opaque yellow. I haven't even opened this thing up, man. This new Createx paints. Open up this new Createx yellow. Shake it up a bit because that blue is a little bit watery still. And we're gonna basically cover the whole bait with this yellow. We're gonna really want to get the belly, but we're gonna go up onto the sides. We're gonna get a little bit more of that yellow, do a little bit more. What's up, Fish Addicted? How you doing, man? I'm addicted to this shit too. I wish I could go fishing. It's just so freaking cold where I am right now. I don't know if any of y'all are in the Midwest, but that is no joke. I saw people were literally dying because it's so cold. That's some crazy stuff. It's sad too. Alright, so we made sure to get that real good with the yellow. And then I'm gonna basically just go straight to green. I'm gonna want to keep that yellow wet too. That's something I've been doing recently, and it's been looking really good. Keeping the paints wet when I want to merge them together. It's awesome. I used to, you know, really try to make sure I heat set after every single color, and I think that's a mistake. I think it looks a lot better when you come in and merge those things when they're wet. So it's a little bit of opaque green, wet on wet. This might look more like a perch pattern than a bluegill pattern, but it's supposed to be a little bit bright. I put a poll out before I posted this live stream asking, you know, for some ideas on baits, and JT, he came with 2 ideas that I'm gonna try to merge together, which is a tropical bait fish and a bluegill. So when I think tropical, I think a little bit lighter. That's kind of these bright colors. But the bluegill's still gonna have those, you know, facial features and some of those other things. So we're gonna work with that. I'm looking at the comments now. Oh wow, you're in Michigan? Yeah, JT, how cold is that, man? That's wild. Yeah, stay inside, guys. Don't be going outside right now. I know I got family in Omaha, Nebraska, and it was like negative 30 degrees where they were the other day. It's some crazy stuff. I live on the East Coast, so, you know, I'm complaining about it being like, you know, 10 to 20. So I know you guys are probably experiencing way worse than I am. Alright, so I'm going to just heat set this real quick, and then I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to kind of tone down these super bright colors and just make them a little bit more natural. I'm going to take, I think, my favorite color. I've been telling y'all about this. It's called Sepia. It's a wicked color. It's also made by Createx. It's an awesome, awesome color. And yeah, dope ass fisherman, man. If you're new to painting baits, you should definitely get into it in the wintertime. That's what I did. I actually just started last winter. I haven't been painting for just about a year. I started basically in March of 18, so it hasn't been too long, and it's awesome, man. It's totally kind of consumed my winter this year, and obviously, you know, I learned a lot, and I feel like I'm a lot better this year than I have been in past years. But it is just so much fun, and then you get your own baits. You get to, you know, do cool stuff and paint stuff that works for your waters, and meet a lot of people. You know, I don't really sell these, but I've met a lot of people just through, you know, people talking about it and, you know, giving them away. It's just a great way to kind of, you know, meet other fishermen and get out there. Especially when you kind of come on a pattern that works and you can paint a bunch of them up. That's the best feeling in the world. So we're taking the sepia and we're just darkening up the back a little bit. We're definitely going to need more of that. I'm also going to use this as the color that we're going to, you know, draw or paint our little sidelines with, instead of using like a black. And honestly, I'm a little bit sloppy here. I think I'm rushing it a bit for the live stream, but hopefully it still comes out good. I still think it will. Alright, now we're gonna just do our little lines on the side. A lot of people use, you know, hairbrushes, or, I'm sorry, not hairbrushes, but combs and other things, but I'm just gonna freehand it today. I don't think y'all want to sit through me, you know, painting for a half an hour. This is just a quick and dirty little paint job. I still think it'll do the job, though. You'll see. Giving us our little lines there. You can see it's starting to come together. I'm gonna work on these just a bit more. I'll tell you what, this new air gun that I got, it's Iwata Neo, is awesome. It is so awesome. It's definitely the biggest or the best upgrade that I've gotten since I started airbrushing, really. Yeah, so actually we could put some bronze on it right now, man. If you want, got you. Oh man, JT, it's cold where you are, man. Minus 18. That is crazy. And JT, you said you looking up to me and Jekyll. That's awesome. She is obviously much better than I am. She is so much more experienced, and her baits are incredible. I still look up to her a lot as well because, you know, this is kind of something where I don't really know anyone personally that does this around me. So YouTube's just such an awesome place. You know, I put these up here for fun, and it gives me content in these colder winters or these colder times, but I'm obviously, you know, still learning from the best, and I think she's probably currently the best. There's a couple other guys on YouTube that paint, but she's really good. So I heard someone say putting bronze on it. So I don't necessarily have bronze, but what I do have is I have copper, pearl copper, which I would say copper's probably fairly close. If you want, we could put some of this on and see how that looks. I'm gonna spray some on the back and maybe some underneath on the throat. You gotta be careful with the metallic stuff. This is pearlized, so it has like little metallic flakes. And sometimes you can put a bit too much on and it starts looking a little cheesy. But yeah, let's see. All right, so we'll put some of this guy on. I don't know how well the resolution even is on this live stream, so I don't know how good this bait's gonna be looking for you guys, but it's looking okay here. Just putting a little bit of this you know, copper, pearl copper around this bait, seeing what it looks like. Make some long casts on the sides, just give it a little bit of spark. What's nice is if you put too much pearl in the back, what you can do is you can just take like a sepia or a black and just spray over it again, and it kind of tames it down. So it's never like a huge issue doing that. I'll probably spray it with black before this is all done, because I still got to do the little, you know, bluegill little guys on the side of the little gill plates. Little bluegill ears. Yeah, JT casting. It's -18 with wind chill, man. That is dangerous stuff. I was looking at the news right before I started this, and they were saying that over 10 people have died in the Midwest just from the weather. And that's some crazy stuff to me, because growing up on the East Coast, like, it gets cold, but I don't think I've ever felt like I was gonna die from the cold. That is just some crazy stuff, and it's sad too. There's a lot of homeless people. I live right outside of DC, and I work in DC. There's a ton of homeless people, so that's always what I think about when it gets that cold, is the people that really can't get out of it, can't get away from it. So I don't know if it's like that in the Midwest too, but hopefully homeless people are, you know, have the wherewithal to get out of that place before it gets that cold, because there's no coming back from -18 for an extended period of time. All right, we're gonna take some opaque black, and we'll take one of these stencils I've made. Outside of the stencils that I cut out, you can take a lot of like cardboard. You can see this used to be like a jawbone fishing tackle, like back of a crankbait box. And you can just cut out little patterns. Right here, you see I have like a shad dot. This is more for like a bluegill ear. And I cut it so it kind of fits more with the little gills of these crankbaits. But first, I'm gonna heat set this real quick to make sure that we kind of lock in what we got so far and we don't mess anything up. All right, take this black, put a couple drops in. All right. Sometimes you might want to turn your pressure down when you're doing this, because you don't really want to overspray, but this stencil's pretty good, so I'm gonna just risk it. I'm basically gonna just want to fill in that little area. Usually comes out pretty good. So we'll flip this over, and I'm gonna heat set the stencil, so make sure I don't rub any of that stuff on there. You can also just kind of pat it down on whatever you're painting on. All right, I'm gonna hit this other side real quick. Cool. If you guys, if it's not coming out good on this live stream, I'm definitely gonna put a picture on my Instagram. If you guys aren't following me already, it's just One More Cast TV on Instagram, and I usually post a lot of these pictures and a lot more like fish catches and things like that that I don't make full videos out of. So you should definitely check me out on there. I definitely, you know, post more often than I can post videos. I'm gonna take this black and I'm just gonna hit the back, just to kind of a small little back line. Because this bait's actually coming out pretty cool, I think, at least. I usually like hitting the kind of the whole head with black or a darker color. I just think it makes it look pretty cool with the eyes. And speaking of eyes, let me be right back. I just got a whole new shipment of eyes from Dinger Custom Baits. I'd say Dinger Custom Baits is probably my favorite blank suppliers. He just has the best blanks in my opinion. I got a couple some new split rings too. I got a whole bunch of eyes, and some are really cool. I got these like really dope like crystal eyes. I think those are gonna be sick. I'm gonna paint some really cool stuff with these coming forward. Eyes are something that, you know, it's kind of interesting because you might overlook them, but they just make baits come alive, you know. And they can get kind of pricey if you get all the different sizes, but definitely worth it. I think we're gonna go with this kind of eye. I'm not even sure what it's called, but it just looks really dope. I think it's gonna go really well with what we got going on here. So I'm just gonna set this to the side because we're not technically done yet. We gotta pull the little stencils off that we did at first, and just make sure this bait is good to go. So I'm gonna heat set it just real quick one more time just to make sure I don't mess anything up. Cool. And then I'm gonna just peel these little guys off, and hopefully that blue stayed nice and solid underneath. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it looks like it did a pretty good job keeping that blue separate for us. And you can see by painting the white over it, it just gives it such a contrast. I just think that's so cool. That was my first kind of time doing that, so it's a little bit too blue almost. I kind of would have, you know, rather tamed it down. I could have put a little bit of white in there or something to kind of tame that blue down. But I think it looks pretty cool. You guys should tell me what you think in the comments or the chat if you're still with me. Now I'm gonna take some of these dope new eyes I just got and finish this bait off. So there's one. I'm really digging these eyes, man. If you're interested in like what kind of eyes I got, I can look at the receipt and tell you guys later. So just drop a comment. There you go. I hope that looks pretty cool. I don't know what exactly it's looking like through the live stream, but again, you know, if you want to see that picture, I'll put one on Instagram, and I'll take a picture of this and put it as the image on this live stream, so you could just take a look back in a little while. But I think it looks pretty cool. Pretty cool for doing it live with you guys. I was a little bit nervous. I might, if I were to do it again, I probably would think about what I was going to paint a little bit earlier on. I pretty much decided on this like 5 or 10 minutes before I started painting with you guys. So I definitely could have had some more time to prep. But yeah, that's it. This is me. What's going on, guys? So that's the first live painting session I've ever hosted. So let me know if you like that. You know, I'm just trying to find out more things to do. I'm going to try to use the communities tab more. If that's something, if you saw this on the communities tab, also let me know. I'm trying to figure out if that's something, you know, that I can use to even just talk more to you guys and ask you guys more questions for these live streams, because sometimes I don't do them because I just have nothing to say. And I feel like they are kind of just a waste. And I don't want to waste y'all's time, but I do want to talk to you. So let me know if that's something that got to you and you were able to see that, because I know that's kind of a new feature. And if it is, I'll host kind of more polls and maybe do some more of these live painting sessions, and maybe just do a live painting session and a giveaway, because I think it would be really cool for you guys to kind of tell me what to paint. So if we can get it to where, you know, I'm like, okay, well, what's the next color, or what's the next thing y'all want me to do? I think that'd be cool. So you guys get a little bit of direction going on. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Those that stayed through with me, thank you very much. I really hope that this was fun and you had a good time. I definitely did. I'm going to end the live stream here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be coming out with new videos this weekend. And it's tough to produce some videos when it's this cold, because I can't really get out and do too much fishing. But Super Bowl weekend, hopefully the Patriots definitely get their ass beat. That's the goal. That's my goal, at least. I don't know how y'all feel, but everyone from Michigan might like Tom Brady. But alright, I'm going to end it here before I keep rambling. Appreciate it, guys. Take it easy. I'll see you again soon.